Impact Interview is sponsored by the Pocono Mountains, where small town charm meets big adventures. Book your trip today by visiting PoconoMountains.com.
We're back on Nittany Game Week, and it's time for our Impact Interview. This week's guest has a profound impact on the sports world as the quarterback of the big Noon Kickoff football show. Rob Stone joins us for show number 1. Rob, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate the time.
Hey, way to start strong. Show number 1 and bring me in. All right, the bar is already elevated. Let's go.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, a lot of excitement in Happy Valley if you haven't noticed, right? And so what we're looking for is some validation from you as part of the national media to really tell us what we already know, is that they're big-time contenders this year. Is that kind of the contention, and is that the feeling everywhere you go?
Is that what I'm here to be? I'm here to be master of the obvious, right? To tell you Penn State football is good this year and people expect them to win the national title. Yeah, absolutely. You know, they are one of 3 national title contenders inside the Big Ten, with Oregon and Ohio State as well. And if you look at the blueprint over the course of the last 2 seasons with the national champions, Michigan and Ohio State, the roster, the setup, the makeup, the scheduling, everything kind of looks like what Penn State has this year. And I think that's one of the reasons that there's these high expectations, as there always are in Happy Valley. The other part is that of those 3 programs I just named in the Big Ten, Penn State is the one that has a quarterback, a proven quarterback, one that needs to prove a little bit more, but one that also I think has first-round NFL potential as well. So having Drew Aller back there certainly would make me feel more comfortable, would make me push a few of my Big Ten chips more into the Penn State corner than it would, say, for Oregon or Ohio State.
So, Rob, given Penn State's non-conference schedule, it may be a while before we see Big Noon Kickoff in Happy Valley. But talk about, for the fans, because this is, before the opening game for Penn State, some of the places you guys are going to be in September. What are things to look forward to early in the year for Big Noon Kickoff?
Well, for Big Noon Kickoff on Fox, we're going to start in Columbus with the defending national champs, 1 versus 3, Texas taking on Ohio State. Just a monster game to start off the season. I love that college football, it really kind of owns that Labor Day weekend and scatters great matchups, ranked matchups throughout the country. So there's none bigger than Ohio State and Texas, 2 blue bloods going at it. First time Texas has ever been ranked number 1 in the preseason, which is really remarkable to think about. The next week, Iowa at Iowa State, and then week 3 we head to Chicago Northwestern taking on Oregon. After that, it is wide open for us. And the way we view things with Big Noon is play some games, let the chips fall, let's see where the stories are, let's see how they line up with our programming grid and the games that we have. And I think the Big 12 is going to be sneaky good this year, not SEC good, not Big 10 good, but I think they're going to continue their quest to be that number 3 conference in the land, and we're going to have a lot of Big 12 games as well. But, our bread and butter is the Big 10.
You've talked about the teams we consider as contenders, but do you see anybody what team would be the dark horse maybe in the Big 10? That you would that could go a little bit further?
Does Illinois count? It's hard to not say Illinois is a dark horse, at least, looking through their history and what Brett Bielema has done and the confidence and energy he's brought to that community and to that campus and the recruiting segment, and he's returning a quarterback. I'm big on quarterbacks coming back. I think that just kind of calms a lot of the nerves and helps programs build. And obviously there's that big jump from year 1 as a starter to year 2. So I think Illinois is going to be majorly on the rise, and not just this season. I think they are built to kind of be a growing force in the Big Ten and in the national title hunt as well. It would not surprise me at all if Illinois is in the college football playoffs when we're talking about this in December. I think Iowa is going to be really interesting. I know you guys are at Iowa in mid-October. I think that is going to be a pivotal game for both programs right now. The old jokes about the Iowa offense, hopefully they have changed and the Iowa offense is for real and they've changed some things and never sleep on what coach has built there in Iowa City.
Last one for you, Rob. We appreciate your time. So one last question. You've probably eaten some good meals on the road, and I think you know where I'm going with this one. Got to ask about your review on the Friday night dinners at the Paterno house with Sue behind the apron.
Man, that was one of the coolest things we did. Pat Kraft, the athletic director, invited Urban over, and I know you did as well. That was probably about 3 years ago, and I think it was Penn State was at a juncture right now about how to treat the Paterno family, and Jay, you know this intimately, and kind of opening your arms back up to everything that your father did in a positive light. And Urban Meyer has so much respect for what Penn State is, for what your father was, and a lot of people don't know that Urban Meyer was this close to being the head coach at Penn State University. So Urban has so much respect for the school, for the institution, and for the family name Paterno. And when he invited me over for dinner to join you and your mom and your sisters, I was like, yeah, absolutely, we're going. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't know when this is going to happen. And we were sitting at that table with Franco, right?
Yep.
With Franco Harris, just literally days before he passed away. And Urban and I, whenever we get to Happy Valley, we do kind of look at ourselves. And when we pull up to the house, we're like, man, like, they still live here. And this is where Coach was, and this is the walk that he did. And the meal is just so beautifully old school and proper and welcoming. And I was so thankful that Pat and your family invited Urban in.
Really appreciate Rob joining us from Los Angeles for show number 1 of the season. Make sure you go to NittanyGameWeek.com for the entire conversation, along with other web-exclusive content like our Nittany Connect network of businesses and the Nittany Game Week podcast. Don't go anywhere. Still to come, Tom hands out his scrap medal. Our preseason winners are the guys that lead on and off the field. We're heading into the final minutes on Nittany Game Week.